Hey, it's Maria, and today I wanted to talk about 10 unhealthy thinking patterns to leave behind in 2025 and some helpful ones to invite in the new year. Regardless of what your stance is on resolutions, I do think the new year is a wonderful time to do some self-reflection. The things I'm going to mention, they're mostly things I'm working on myself, things that I have noticed my brain tends to default to, and the things that I've been actively working on the last year, the last few years, the last decade, things that are just not helping me. It's always a work in progress. So with that, I want to let you know that if you're having some of these thoughts or engaging in some of these activities or behaviors, it does not mean that you're a bad person. It does not mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that you're human and you're experiencing a very human moment. The point of this is to generate awareness as you're having some of these thoughts and giving yourself the opportunity, the choice to reframe, rethink, and rewire your brain to think in a way that's more productive for your overall well-being. I mentioned this in my last video too, but two things can be true at the same time. As an example, you can be in debt and work toward budgeting and putting money into savings. You can have a high A1C and work toward lowering that number down. So let's kick off with unhelpful thinking pattern number one, comparison. Oof, Theodore Roosevelt said it really well, and it's comparison is the thief of joy. I don't know about you, but I have never, ever had a good feeling when I compared myself to somebody else, whether that's in person, whether that's online, whether that's based on physical appearance, whether it's based on ability or financial status or just anything. It never feels good. It never feels good. So why do we do it to ourselves? This is something I've been working on really hard, and just letting go of it. Letting go of it. And instead, what I've been doing is focusing on my own journey. It's my own thing. I can change one thing and one thing only, and that's how I think. So what I've been doing is that instead of comparing myself to somebody else, I've been getting inspired by some of those people. Whether it's somebody on their health journey and the successes that they're having, whether it's somebody's business or somebody's relationship, I can aspire to have some of those traits without the comparison of feeling like I need that thing in order to be fulfilled. Again, it doesn't mean I'm not having those first initial thoughts of like, oh, I wish my hair looked like that. Oh, I wish I looked like that. Or, oh, I wish I had this thing. These thoughts still come up, but I'm better at deflecting them and just redirecting to, okay, well, maybe I can just compliment this person. And that feels nice for them, that feels nice for me. Then that way I don't feel so crappy at the end of the day, and I can work toward something that's important to me without wanting to be like somebody else. Number two, excessive distractions or overconsumption of social media, TV, the news, etc. I'm noticing this shift with a lot of my friends and like just my social circle, is that people are tired of the internet. There's more of a craving for in-person type of connection, and the noise that's on the internet, it's just so overstimulating. And quite often, by the time we're done with the news, we're done with the scrolling, it doesn't make us feel good. And again, this dovetails into the previous point of comparison. When you're constantly seeing somebody's highlight reel, it doesn't feel good, because guess what? Your life is not like that. And breaking news that will surprise absolutely no one, their life is also not like that. It's just a snapshot in time that they're choosing to show you, and you don't know if it's real. And then the other piece of it is the news. It's the endless cycle of this is everything that's going wrong in the world. It's my personal opinion that I don't think we're meant to hear all of this negative stuff day in and day out at all hours of the day. I don't think it's particularly helpful to be bombarded by all of this information from our phones, our computers, our TVs, what have you. I'm personally trying to be very intentional about cutting off my screen time. I'm really good at it at night, like after 8 p.m. I don't do any screen time, but I have caught myself just scrolling, and I don't know why I'm scrolling. So what I'm trying to do is just being intentional, just checking in with myself. Did that leave me feeling good? And if it did, what did I do? Did I interact with a friend? Did I watch like a cute dog video? Or do I feel crappy because I'm seeing this person, they're just putting out this highlight reel of themselves, and I feel like I'm missing out, and it's probably a me thing, but it still doesn't leave me feeling good. So maybe I don't need to see that. So maybe I need to unfollow or unsubscribe or curate my feed in a way it's the stuff that makes you feel good. One thing is I stopped watching the news in 2020 because a thing happened that year, right, that caused a lot of us a lot of distress. One thing I chose to do is just to stop watching the news. Local news, national news, international news, to stop watching it. And my life has been so much better ever since. It doesn't mean I'm not informed of things. People will tell me if something important's happening. I'm in the know, but it's more of like people share this information and then I can go and intentionally research it instead of just having it fed to me through the screen. So I don't watch the news. The news has been out for a while. Not my jam. I'm not saying you have to stop watching the news. Maybe it's something else for you, but just something to consider. Again, check in with yourself. How does it feel after you interact with the source of media that you're consuming? Number 3, frivolous spending. To me, what frivolous spending means is just spending money on ish that I don't need. I don't need it. Again, we get blasted with advertisements all day long, and it might be a little covert as well when we're just watching some influencers and they're wearing like a t-shirt and you're like, oh, I want that t-shirt, looks good, or I want the moisturizer or the gadget or the thing or whatever. And it's just junk we don't need. There's a whole movement of underconsumption and quitting buying unnecessary things, buying just the essentials. And I'm not really into like extremes like that, but I feel like if you were gonna do something extreme, like that's not a bad one. Having intention behind what you're buying, and I know there are lots of minimalist YouTube channels out there and personalities that have specific rules for what it means to be a minimalist or a conscious consumer. But at the end of the day, I just think its intention is that giving it some thought before you spend the money on it. Like, am I going to use it next year? Would I buy it if it wasn't on sale? Do I already have this thing or something similar? Am I shopping because I'm avoiding something? I'm avoiding feeling a feeling and trying to distract myself. I really want to be intentional next year and doing good with my budget, trying to put a whole lot more into savings. That is my goal for next year that I'm going to work on. I started budgeting the last few months and it's been going pretty good. I'm color coding it and traffic light, like green, justified, amber, somewhat justified, and red, didn't need it. And I used to have a lot more reds, and now it's getting more into 90% plus being in the green. Number 4, procrastination. Ugh, that used to be my jam, and it is the thing that I've been really overcoming in 2025 is this: to not overthink it. Just doing the damn thing. Ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. I had to drill that into my head that I have a choice. I don't need to feel anything. I don't need to wait for a magical moment or for somebody's permission. I just have to do the thing. Do the thing. Do your research a little bit, but don't ruminate on the thing, and do the thing, whatever it might be. I actually read a book this year called Don't Believe Everything You're Thinking, and I think it illustrated this concept really well, where a thought is an action. Like, a thought is, okay, I gotta do laundry, then you go do the laundry. Thinking is that, oh, I gotta do laundry, oh, I gotta separate them, I gotta take it down the stairs, you start to ruminate on the thing, and it might be the most insignificant thing, like doing a load of laundry, and then you find yourself in the spiral of like, I have so many things to do, and then you just don't get to the laundry, or like it takes days to get there. Leaving that behind and choosing more action and the decision to take action instead of procrastination. Number 5, perfectionism. Now, I had the type of perfectionist tendency where I will procrastinate, going back to point number 4, because I would feel that, oh, it could never be perfect, so why would I do it anyway? So I would just wait to do something, or not do it at all, because I had this unrealistic expectation of myself to be able to accomplish something. And as the saying goes, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Good enough is like good. Not everything has to be perfect. I would actually say most things don't need to be perfect. Letting go of perfectionist tendencies has been actually really freeing. It's been incredibly freeing to be able to just let go of the procrastination, let go of the perfectionism. A lot of these things just kind of tie together at the end of the day, is that letting go and allowing yourself to be a human, that's all that it looks like, and it's hard. And again, it's catching yourself having the thought of like, okay, I'm procrastinating. Why am I procrastinating? Oh, I'm procrastinating because I need this thing to be absolutely like perfect. Is it ever going to be perfect enough to my standards? Probably not. So what would be the other alternative? Oh, to just do the thing and reap the rewards of just doing the thing, feeling good about it. Number 6, that again dovetails into the previous point, and that's people pleasing. I personally don't suffer from this, but I have a lot of people in my life that do. And I can tell that these really awesome, amazing, kind people, they're suffering because they really value the opinion of others and put others ahead of themselves. And again, it doesn't mean you have to be a narcissistic asshole. You can be kind, you can be loving, you can be gentle, and you can set boundaries, and you can take care of your own physical health, mental health. In fact, I would say when you take care of your physical, mental, spiritual self, other people around you tend to see that, and that alone kind of reflects into that outer circle, whether it's a social circle or at work or what have you. Again, checking in with yourself and seeing what is the intention behind people pleasing, and try to rewire that. Ask yourself, like, would I want somebody else to feel this way? Probably not. Again, no one can answer that but you. Number 7, overcommitment. This one I struggle with. A lot of these things are very much self-imposed. Actually, like 97.5% of them are self-imposed. It's me overcommitting to a slew of different things, whether that's professionally or personally, and wanting to do all the things all at once. So what I've been learning to do is saying yes to things that actually bring me peace and joy, and that are meaningful or productive in some way. I feel this way a lot about social events. I can say no when I know that I don't have time for something, or canceling something in advance. I wouldn't want to go somewhere tired and kind of half-ass my presence and not really enjoy being there. And whoever's hosting the thing, or whoever is, whose thing it is, they probably wouldn't want me there. And if I'm feeling like crap, if I feel like I don't want to be there, I wouldn't want somebody to show up to a thing I'm hosting and they don't want to be there. No, stay home. It's a kind thing to do for others and for yourself to set boundaries in this regard. There's some things in life that are like, fuck yes, I want to do it. Those are the things that you probably should say yes to. And there are things that are like, that's a no for me, dog. Discern what makes sense for you. You can be very polite and kind and gentle about it. You don't need to be an asshole and be like, I'm not going to your thing, I don't care. But it's communicating that, okay, I am not going to your thing because of XYZ, and I guarantee you most people understand. Most reasonable people understand, and they probably appreciate you sharing how you're feeling. Number 8, focusing on the outcome. We love to focus on the outcome, the end goal. And it's helpful. It's helpful in many, many ways. However, when we care only about the end goal, we miss being in the present moment. We miss the actual joy of the journey. Something that I'm working on right now is my handstands. That's a skill that I've been wanting to learn for a really, really long time. And the last 4-ish months, I've been really focusing on putting in the reps, putting in the work to achieve this goal. And it was actually earlier today that I went upside down and I was able to hold myself in somewhat of a straight line, and for a while. And a while is like, I'm comparing it to the last time I was doing this, and it wasn't as good. But the thing is, it's the journey. It's putting in those reps. It's seeing the progress, and it was so freaking exciting today when I was upside down. I was like, holy crap, I'm like doing this, I'm doing this. And I kept saying to myself, like, I'm so proud of myself, oh my God. So finding ways to celebrate and finding ways to enjoy this journey, whatever it is, whether that's your health journey, whether that's choosing to eat whole nutrient-dense foods, or to move your body more, to have more meaningful connections with friends or family. It doesn't really matter. It's that you kind of need to, well, I don't say you don't need to do anything. This is what I'm working on. I'm just hoping that some of this resonates. But I feel that putting in the effort of acknowledging how far I've come has made it just so much better. It's easier to enjoy the fruits of the labor, if that makes sense. All of us were like walking around with like a 6-pack of abs and great mental health and lots of money in our bank accounts. Cool, like that, I'm sure that feels nice. But it feels even nicer when you've worked really hard and you acknowledge the hard work that you've put in to get or achieve one of those things. Number 9, letting go of impulsivity. Ooh, I feel like a lot of people suffer from this. I suffer from this too. And it probably ties in with several points I've already mentioned. And essentially what it means for me is to make decisions that are in alignment with my values. Make decisions rooted in love and not in fear. Decisions based in fear usually feel really hurried, really impulsive. It might look like purchasing the dress you saw online impulsively when you had no intention of going online and buying a dress, but you saw somebody wear it, and then again, that self-comparison creeped in, and the intrusive thoughts that you're missing out on something. Decision was not intentional. Didn't really think it through. Knowing your values here is really important because it is like the filter for decision making. And maybe I'll make a video on how to find your values, how to kind of like develop this filter, this lens through which you can make decisions through. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's something that is of interest. But yeah, not much more to this point. Just kind of being more intentional about the choices that I'm making and not make rash decisions. Again, it's a balance of not overthinking, not procrastinating, but also not to act from a place of just impulsivity. It's a very delicate balance, and I'm no expert at it, but I'm doing my best and I'm letting go of the rest. And number 10, I feel like is the most important one, and that's letting go of the avoidance of being vulnerable. In this day and age, I'm meeting a lot of people in the real world that are seeking this connection, just friendship, just community. And I feel like I'm very blessed to be in a place where I get to experience that, and I don't really feel like I'm lacking in this regard. But there is a loneliness epidemic. There is an epidemic of people that are very isolated. And one thought that I have is that it's the fear of being vulnerable, of the fear of being seen by somebody else. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery to go out somewhere, to try to meet people, to join a book club, to join a run club, like whatever the thing is. It takes a lot of courage. One of the best things I've ever done in my life was go on a sober retreat, and I just stayed in a cabin with like 15 other strangers and made friends for life, like for life. And I was like 4, 5 years, I don't know. It was a while back, and it was the start of this bravery that I've acquired to be able to go out and just make friends, to just be open with people, and allowing people to share how they're feeling with me, and to just be people, to just connect. It means taking a chance on somebody. It means that, yeah, somebody might let you down or even break your heart or get you upset, and that's okay. That's life. It's bittersweet. It's so bittersweet. You're going to have the highs, you're going to have the lows, but it's just so much better when you get to connect with somebody. And that takes vulnerability. And vulnerability is sexy. So I don't know, but if there's anything you're going to take away from this video, I think number 10, that's it. That's the one. Okay, that should about do it for today, and I'm curious to hear as to what are some unhelpful thinking patterns that you're letting go of in this year, and what is something that you're working on going into the new year, or just in general, what is something that you're prioritizing for your overall well-being in terms of rewiring your brain and just getting a little, like 1% better. Remember, getting 1% better. Leave me a comment. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!